In a bustling city where the skyline kissed the clouds and the streets pulsed with life, there lived a young woman named Mia. She had recently moved into a tiny one-bedroom apartment on the 5th floor of an aging building. The apartment was a relic of the past, with faded wallpaper, scuffed wooden floors, and a kitchen that seemed to have been frozen in a time long gone. While the place had potential, it felt more like a dreary cave than a cozy home. Mia, however, was determined to transform her drab space into a fabulous sanctuary without breaking the bank. Mia started her journey with a clear vision. She wanted her apartment to reflect her vibrant personality, colourful, eclectic, and warm. Armed with a modest budget, she began her transformation by tackling the most intimidating project, the living room. The walls were a sickly shade of beige, and the furniture consisted of a mismatched collection of hand-me-downs that had seen better days. First, she decided to paint the walls. After a trip to the local hardware store, Mia found a beautiful shade of teal that spoke to her vibrant spirit. She spent a weekend meticulously taping off edges and applying coat after coat of paint. The transformation was immediate. The once drab walls now radiated energy and life. She stood back to admire her handiwork, feeling a rush of pride. Next came the furniture. Mia knew she needed to replace the worn-out sofa that sagged in the middle and the coffee table that had seen too many spills. With her budget in mind, she turned to thrift stores and online marketplaces. After several weekends of hunting, she stumbled upon a mid-century modern sofa in a rich mustard yellow. It was slightly worn, but had character, and the price was right. She paired it with a simple rustic coffee table that she found at a flea market, giving her living room an inviting focal point. To add warmth and texture, Mia scoured the clearance sections of home goods stores for throw pillows and blankets. She opted for a mix of patterns and colours, florals, stripes and solids, to create a cozy, layered look. She also hung a large framed print of an abstract painting she had created in college, which added a personal touch and sparked conversation. Feeling inspired by her progress, Mia turned her attention to the kitchen. The cabinets were a dull brown, and the countertops were a mottled grey that did little to inspire culinary creativity. Instead of a complete renovation, she decided to give the cabinets a fresh coat of paint. After some research, she discovered that chalk paint would adhere well and provide a charming matte finish. She chose a soft mint green, a colour that felt fresh and inviting. As she painted, Mia envisioned the kitchen as a space where she could entertain friends and whip up delicious meals. To enhance the look, she replaced the old hardware with shiny brass knobs she found online at a discount. The transformation was remarkable. The kitchen now felt like a cheerful nook rather than a forgotten corner of the apartment. Mia didn't stop there. She knew that lighting played a crucial role in setting the mood of a space. The overhead fixture was an outdated eyesore, so she visited a local lighting store and found a stunning pendant light that resembled a vintage lantern. It was slightly above her budget, but she decided it was worth the splurge. Once installed, it cast a warm glow throughout the kitchen, making it the perfect spot for morning coffee or evening dinners. With the living room and kitchen looking fab, Mia moved on to the bedroom. The walls were a bland white, and the bed was draped with a plain comforter that did little to inspire sweet dreams. She envisioned a cozy retreat, a place where she could unwind after a long day. She painted the bedroom walls a soft lavender, which immediately made the room feel more serene. For bedding, Mia opted for a duvet cover in a bold floral pattern that brought the room to life. She layered it with a plush, oversized throw blanket and a collection of mismatched pillows that she had gathered from her thrifting adventures. To add a touch of whimsy, she hung string lights above her bed, creating a magical ambience that made her feel like she was sleeping under the stars. As Mia continued her transformation, she realized that the little details made a significant impact. She began to collect plants from local nurseries, a few succulents on the windowsill, a snake plant in the corner, and a vibrant pothos hanging in a macrame holder breathed life into her apartment. Not only did they purify the air, but they also added a touch of nature that complemented her colourful decor. To further personalise her space, Mia created a gallery wall in the hallway. She collected an assortment of frames from thrift stores, each showcasing a mix of her own artwork, photographs from her travels, and prints from local artists. The gallery wall became a conversation starter, a visual narrative of her life and adventures, and it brought her immense joy every time she walked past it. After several months of hard work, Mia stood in her transformed apartment, taking it all in. The once drab space had become a vibrant haven that reflected her personality and creativity. Friends who visited were in awe of the transformation, often asking how she managed to do it on a budget. Mia would smile and share her secrets. Patience, creativity, and a willingness to hunt for treasures in unexpected places. In the end, Mia's journey was not just about transforming her apartment. It was about creating a home that inspired her every day. She learned that with a little imagination and resourcefulness, she could turn a small, uninspiring space into a fabulous sanctuary that felt uniquely hers. Each room told a story, and every corner held a piece of her heart, proving that home is not just a place, but a reflection of who we are.